Here's Tripp with it. Owen Adams back to Tripp. Tripp Rugard will drive, spin, up and in.
Nice take. Really nice take there by Tripp Rugard.
Big time move for Tripp right there.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to this week's MPTV Coaches Show. Ryan Lindley, Brian Dieters, and we had a lot of action over the winter break, but let's start with basketball. Boys basketball will begin with Pekin Holiday Tournament champions, winners of 9 in a row. Things going great.
They're on a roll. It's exciting to see. I love talking to some of these guys here the last couple of days, and you just feel like they seem to have it clicking right. You feel like the chemistry is right where it needs to be. Kids are figuring out their roles. Congratulations to the guys on their huge holiday win. I don't think they won the Pekin tournament. It was like the 90s.
Yeah.
I think back when my wife was a cheerleader.
It's been a little while.
Forever ago. So obviously they've got a really good thing going.
Absolutely. I had a chance to talk, and Troy Dowell and I both, I guess to give him some credit, had a chance to talk with Coach Zeller after the game yesterday, big win over East Peoria. So let's go ahead and take a look at that interview.
As we've talked about, it's always great when you've got, early on it felt like we were getting a lot, just in the season in general. You're getting solid contributions, offensively always from Wes. Alex McKee's done a nice job. But now you're finding other scores, right? Owen Adams stepping up. Tripp Rugard had a phenomenal game tonight. And that just makes you a more potent team, right? Tougher to defend when you've got 3 or 4, 5 scorers out there on the floor.
Absolutely. No, I mean, I think our defense is something we hang our hats on. So if we bring that every game and we can and find ways for different guys to score like we had, I mean, I really excited and like this group of guys. Obviously, they're such a fun group to coach. Such a blessing to be their head coach.
I really like. Wes Gudeman does a nice job he gets the ball down on the block, and he's just making very smart basketball decisions, right? If he doesn't have a double team, he's finding a way to get to the basket, and he's going to finish over that right shoulder just about every time. If he feels that double team, he's got great vision to find guards out on the perimeter, kicks the ball to them, just like that, and then they're in great position to score, penetrate, make the next pass. But just really love the control and smarts that he's playing with.
Absolutely. When a 4-year varsity player that's been there and done that, nothing phases him. He's seen it all. He's a student of the game. He, that when the ball's in Wes's hands, good decisions are made.
Yeah, I got one question, Brian, and I'll turn it back to you. But let's talk about the Pekin Holiday Tournament. I'm a former Pekin, and I won that tournament many years ago.
Right.
And I know Morton hasn't won it in 30 years, so that had to feel great to bring home that title, because that's a big statewide tournament.
It did feel great, and honestly, it felt great for me. But I always, every year, I tell my seniors, you play basketball, and every year matters, and every year you're a part of. But your legacy is your kind of your senior year. You leave your stamp on our program as a senior, and for these guys to do that hadn't been done in 30 years, for them to be able to have that bragging rights, if you want to say. I think it's so cool. So I'm sure you guys know, but that Jason Boker, Cal's dad, was the one that won it 30 years to the date.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
So that they have a little father-son bragging rights together that both of them were the last 2 winners, not the last 2 winners, but two winners of the Pekin Holiday Tournament.
Well, it would be the last 2 winners.
Last 2 winners.
Last 2 winners. Right. It's just been a while.
So, yeah.
Now, Coach, just kind of not directly related to the Pekin Holiday Tournament, just a question that I don't think I've ever asked you, and I'm just curious, given obviously you're the basketball expert and know a lot more than me. How did you feel like, and I know you had it at the Tournament of Champions as well, how did you feel like the shot clock changed the game, or did you feel like playing with the shot clock changed the game?
I don't know if it changed the game. I did not know if I would be an advocate for the shot clock as it was coming in, especially coaching at Roanoke Benson for the years I was there. But it didn't really affect us that much, except for I like that the pace has got to stay at a certain pace, that you can't take the air out of the ball. So I welcome next year when we can kind of have it in, and then the following year when it is permanent. I look forward to having the shot clock year round.
Awesome. Last question I got for you, just kind of looking ahead. You're going to hit the road a little bit for the next 5 games, and then obviously you eventually come back here for Metamora. But just kind of talk about, you've added in some games that you've really challenged this group and played really high-quality competition, and you're going to go to the Fulton Shootout, which I don't think Morton's ever been to before, and play St. Ignatius, who's been in the state finals 2 of the last 3 years. Just kind of talk about, as a coach, adding those tougher games, kind of the build up, how you feel that helps this squad get ready for the postseason.
I think it's huge. I would, being battle tested and playing really good competition, even if some of that means losses, prepares us for the postseason, prepares us for our tougher games regular season. Like, I will always welcome to play the hardest schedule that we are allowed to put together. On really every year, like I don't like to lose, but losing does not affect me if I know that our journey continues through those losses and we build towards the postseason. Because even though all these wins are great, and this is just my opinion, but Peak and Holiday Tournament was great. These Mid-Illini wins are great. There are things that we want to win. There are championships that we talk about. But I think when we talk about leaving your stamp on your program, I think there's nothing like postseason success. And it's been since 2014 that we've won a regional here. And it's not an easy thing. Our subsectional is loaded. A state-ranked team is going to go out at a regional, just like we happened to do it last year. And last year it happened to be us. And our goal is just to make sure that it's not us.
Awesome. Well, Coach, congrats on tonight, and thanks very much for spending some time with us tonight.
Congratulations.
You guys do an awesome job up here.
Yeah.
The thing that he said there is, the 9 wins in a row, but just the fact that he's willing to schedule high-quality teams and thinks that that's part of the payoff as they get into this Mid-Illini season.
It's got to be. I think we talked about this a couple weeks ago. They had just an unbelievable tough draw at the Washington Thanksgiving kind of opener, right? When they lost all 3 games against 3 great teams. I know one of the teams they played just beat Quincy High School, who's one of the top ranked in the state in 4A. And why do you do that? Why do you play those games? This is why. You get on a roll, you learn that you can play with anybody, and then you get yourself ready to just launch it off. It's all about being ready for the postseason, and they're well on their way.
Absolutely. Speaking of postseason, let's talk girls basketball, where we always expect great things in the postseason from Coach Becker and his squad. They've won 2 out of the last 3. Their holiday tournament wasn't bad. They finished in 4th place. They played Washington really close. They'll get a rematch with them coming up next week. But I think the thing is that it's still a relatively young team with 6 key sophomores on the roster, and kind of that developmental process. I know that Coach feels like they're getting better, and it's kind of a growth process.
Yeah, I mean, to me, 2 things stand out, other than the fact that we obviously are young, talented for sure, but young. And I don't know, I couldn't tell you exactly, you probably would know better than I would, how much varsity experience was there last year as freshmen. For some of these young ladies, certainly there were, but not all. But the 2 things we got going for us is we're kind of getting back into this gym a little bit here at Morton High. They had a huge stretch of
great
road games. And they're coached by maybe the best high school girls basketball coach we've had in state history.
Yeah.
So we trust Coach Becker to continue to make this team better.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, you think about when you think about that team and that roster and just Bob Becker teams historically, they're always better in January and February than they are in November and December.
That's what it's all about.
So let's talk about another group that has had a lot of success recently and is going to have a big event coming up this weekend, which is our wrestling team. They have their Morton Invite this Saturday, and it's pretty much an all-day thing.
All-day thing, teams coming from all over the state at least, maybe some even teams from other states. I don't know that for certain. But man, hats off to these guys and girls. Like, they just work so hard. It's such a demanding sport, and they're having another stellar year. So it's just nice to see it all showcase with us hosting this event here, right here at Morton High.
Yeah, and I think they're excited also to get back home, kind of similar to girls basketball. I know they went up to Dixon over the holiday break, did well at that event. But when you're traveling a lot, it's nice to come back to the warm and friendly confines of your own gym.
Nothing like home cooking.
That's exactly right. Just real quick before we wrap it up, a couple other groups that have been doing fantastic. We had them on the last show before break. Our boys and girls bowling team continue to roll to success. Yes, that's a pun.
Boom.
Sorry. I know people say puns are lazy writing, but nonetheless, I threw it in there. But again, they just, a relatively young team on both, especially the girls' side, but the boys' side too, has some youth.
Right.
And Coach Burdett and Coach Tucker both obviously having a lot of success there.
Best of luck to you guys as well.
Absolutely. So we'll wrap it up there for this week. For Brian Dieters, I'm Ryan Lilly. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, guys.